Welcome to Stock Music Musician, where you'll learn how to sell music online. And now your host, Evan Oxhorn.
See, I've been a fan of Reason for a really long time. This is Reason 2.5. Yeah, look at that. Back when software came in boxes, right now I'm running Reason 7.5. It's great, I love it. For me, the upgrade between 7.5 and 8 wasn't worth it. 7.5 to 8 really included a lot of workflow upgrades, but it just wasn't enough to justify the $130 upgrade for a streamlined workflow, especially when I was so comfortable using the old version of Reason. I've been using it for about 10 years at this point, maybe longer. So Reason 9, they're adding some new features in addition to the workflow. The really exciting new feature of Reason 9 are the built-in improved chord maker, the arpeggiator, and then also sort of the note delay. And these are awesome. I don't use arpeggiate nearly as much as I should. But when I use something like Machina, I love Machinas, and I really think it'll help arpeggiate in the Reason environment, sort of the chord streamline the workflow, get really producing, and I really think it'll help in the Reason environment. You know, purists streamline the workflow, if you really producing creatively, what does it matter? Purists are going to say, oh, well, if there's something to that, but you know, if you're just looking to make music, there's something to that. You don't necessarily need to be skilled at every instrument. You don't necessarily need to be skilled at every instrument. I can't play piano very well anymore. But I still know what I want. I know the theory behind what I want. Just the fingers don't do it anymore. Another thing that I think could be really interesting is the ability to convert audio, monophonic audio, into MIDI. I think that can really open some doors for taking a line I might play on guitar, for example, and converting it to MIDI and then running that through a synth and getting something crazy out of it. Or if you have a vocal and you want to double it with sort of some sort of background accompaniment, I think that could be really helpful. Or maybe even a harmony, right? You take a vocal, convert it to MIDI, and then run it through either one of the pitch harmonizers or the chord theory, the new chord harmonizing upgrade. And with that, you know, you might be able to get like a symphony that harmonizes with the vocal part. Another thing that I'm personally not that excited about, but I think will be really helpful for a lot of people, is the ability to adjust pitch note by note within the sequencer view. I don't do a lot of singing, I don't work on a lot of music with singing, but I think for a lot of people that's going to be very helpful. It's going to streamline your workflow a lot. You're going to be working faster, and it'll probably sound more natural than using something like the Neptune pitch corrector, which I've never been that happy with. Another thing for me at least is sometimes when you're recording a guitar solo, you mostly get it right, but then there's that one note where you're like, ugh, wish I had learned my scales a little bit better. And so if your solo is otherwise good, I think this could be a really fast way to just adjust that one or two brown notes that you've got. 1,000 new presets. That could be good. I think it's going to be, you know, dependent on really what those presets sound like. The demos that they've released are really good. I think there's all the underlying tools and Reason to make amazing sound, so I'm pretty optimistic. I would have liked to see a little bit more added to the loop and sample library. I feel like those are pretty stale these days, and honestly, the quality of some of the Rex loops really leaves a little something to be desired. Another thing that I'm excited about coming from Reason 7.5 is the upgrade of the RV reverb from Mark 1 to Mark 2. I think it could be really interesting to get these more modeled, modern diffusion reverbs. And finally, another reason I'm looking forward to upgrading from Reason 7.5 to 9 is that, like I said, I've been a long-time Reason user since version 2.5, and the company's been really solid. They've taken care of the customers and put the customers first for a really long time. They've given free upgrades in the past. They've given free rack extensions. They've done all sorts of stuff. I skipped version 8, but I'm looking forward to version 9, and I'll be buying it the first day it's out there. I'll probably even buy version 8 just to get the free upgrade to version 9 so I can get a little more familiar with the new version of Reason. Thanks for watching. Let me know your comments. Click subscribe if you want to know more. And if you want to see my review of Reason 9 when it comes out, see if it's actually worth it. Thanks.